Hi there. Here is a lower body strength workout using one set of heavy dumbbells. Of course, if you have a couple of sets, please have them handy, but I have one set of heavy weights today. The format of the workout, we're going to do 3 supersets or trisets. A squat, a hinge and a lunge in each round. And each set has a different kind of theme. So the first round, we're just going to go for our base move. We're going to squat, we're going to RDL, we're going to lunge. Second round, we're going to add on some sort of balance element to those movements, just to focus a bit more on stability. And the last round, we're going for isometric holds in those movements. We're going to work 40 seconds on, 20 seconds off. We're going to do each triset 3 times, rest a minute, and then move on to the next one. And if in doubt, just think, I'll do a squat, I'll do a hinge, or I'll do a lunge. We're going to end with a little bit of wall sitting just to sort of burn out the quads a little bit. But that's it. We'll start with our warm up. So standing up nice and tall, let's start with our squats. So feet about shoulder width, maybe a slight turn out. We're just going to squat down and up. As we're going in our squat, you want the weight in the heels. You don't want to be hinging forwards, not yet. We've not got to the hinge portion. Want to keep the chest nice and open and only going down as far as you can in your squat, and you can keep your spine nice and steady. So it's really tempting to get really low, but you end up sort of maybe doing a little twerking action on the way up, or your bum tucks under at the bottom. So just find that sweet spot where you're getting that lovely opening in the hips, but still getting the full range. Now we're going to go into some hinging. So feet a bit narrower than your squat. I'm going to send the hips back, opening up the backs of the legs, and coming back up. I see a lot of the head coming further down than it needs to. You just take the bum back. Once it's stopped, you just stop with the head. There's no need to take the head further down. We'll have our dumbbells in front of our legs, just gliding down and up. Keeping the back switched on, keeping the shoulders nice and open. Just one more here. Now we're going to go into our lunge. So stepping back and up. In that lunge, remember, your lunge is working your front leg. So don't step back too far. Sometimes this happens, but then it's just a nice stretch for that back quad. So just find 2 90-degree angles. Ooh, find the balance. One more each leg. Squat down. And last one. Coming into the center of our mat, we're going to go to some lateral lunges. So we're going to step to the side and hinge, and then come back up. So your lateral lunge is working your inner thighs, your outer glute, obviously your big juicy glute at the back. But this is a really nice way to work on balance again. But that side to side stability too. Keeping the chest forward. Again, not turning towards the leg and knocking yourself out with your plant or your bookshelves. One more each side. And then we're going to go for some walkouts. So starting at the bottom of your mat, sorry, my mat's creeping. We're going to roll down through the spine, walk out to a plank, drop the hips, come into a little cobra, coming back up, and walking back up to the top and rolling up. So just waking up the whole body here, waking up the spine, waking up the hamstrings, waking up the chest, tuck the toes, hips high. We'll do that one more time. I'm going to go for a nice world's greatest stretch on this one. So coming down, walking out, step the right foot to the outside of the right hand. Take a moment to feel the stretch in the hips. You can drop the back knee if you like. If you're like, I'm not feeling the stretch, it's just like stressing me out. And then you're going to open up towards the right and come through. So I'm rotating my torso, finding a nice opening through my chest, through my mid-back. One more here. Come down, step back to the other side. Find the stretch in the hip first. Then keep the hips nice and still as you open out. opening and closing. Feel really open through the chest. Last one. Coming down, we're going to come to all fours. Feel free to come onto your elbows if all fours, your wrists start to hurt a little bit here. So I'm going to come down to all fours. We're just going to open the leg out to the side and bring it down. So just a bit of glute activation here. Doing some hydrants. Trying to be even through the hand, cores drawing in as well. One more. Switch sides. So doing about 8 on each side if you want to count. Think of lifting from the hip, from the thigh. Try not to lean too much in your other leg. Last one. Now we're going to flex the foot and kick up towards the ceiling. Little pulses here. For 8, 7. Try not to arch the lower back. Don't just kick the leg up and think, what? You want to keep that control through the glute and the spine isn't moving. And switch. So that was very an aggressive version, a very over the top version of what can happen. Because you might think, I just want to get my leg really high, but just focus on squeezing that glute, keeping the core in, keeping your lower back. We're on the other side, by the way. Nice and steady for 3, 2, 1. Leg down, coming to a quick child's pose. Relax the wrist, coming through. Tucking the toes up through your down dog once more. Walk the hands all the way up to the feet. And roll up, nice and steady. Okay, we're going to start with a squat, a reverse lunge, RDL, and then a reverse lunge. Those are your 3 movements, your 3 starter moves. So grab your dumbbells and let's get started. I've got my weights. Both my weights, I'm going to pop them onto my shoulders so they're front racked. Set your feet up just about shoulder width, just like we did in the warm-up. Grabbing them onto the shoulders. We've got 40 seconds and we're going to go slow and steady here. So 2, 1, here we go. Down into your squat and coming up. In our squat, we want to make sure the knees are staying exactly where they are as you come down and up. So on the way up especially, sometimes if the glutes are feeling a little bit weak or tired, or they're not quite tapped into the workout, your knees might come in on the way up. I want you to focus on keeping them steady, both down and up. You can inhale down and exhale to the top. Full extension of the hips. We're standing up tall. This is our last one. And rest. Dumbbells down. Give a little shake out. We're doing our good morning. Our RDL. So that hinge we did at the beginning of class. Not into a squat. Got 5 seconds. Dumbbells in front of the thighs. Back switched on. And off we go. Send the hips back. Stretch the hamstrings, stretch the glutes. And squeeze to come to the top. Slowly down the legs. If you're shaving or grating, which is much more harsher, but you're just sliding the dumbbells down the front of the thighs. Slow and steady. Cores in to protect the lower back. Remember, not taking the head any further than the hips. Less than 10 seconds to go. 3, 2, 1. Dumbbells down. Reverse lunges are next. With your reverse lunge, 2 train tracks, trying to get that knee tapping on the floor. Weight stays in the front leg. We're going to try and make it one smooth motion. Just grab our weights, come to the front of your mat, and let's go. So down and push through your front leg to stand. Again, we want to stand fully at the top. Trying not to just come sort of halfway. You want that hip. You want the leg to go for its full range of motion as much as possible, which means tapping the knee and pushing up. And by all means, you might not be there yet, but aim to get that back knee nice and bent. 10 seconds. 5, and rest. Okay, back to the top. We got those squats, so round 2. Grab a sip of water if you need. Quick sip. Again, 10 seconds. So grabbing onto your weights, front racked, feet are ready. 2, 1, let's go. Squatting down and up. Remember, we don't want the knees going out too far. We're not in a sumo squat, just slight rotation. Just is a bit nicer on the joints. This is our base round, setting those expectations on the body, waking up those movements, squats, hinges and lunges. Your classic trio for the legs. 3 seconds, 3, 2, 1. Dumbbells down, shake it out. I'm gonna open the window. You might hear the nursery. This little nursery outside. Okay, grab onto your weights, set yourself up. Don't have the back arched, turn that mid back on. Squeeze something in those armpits. Here we go. Down and so we're stretching on the way down. Stretch those glutes. Feel broad across the sit bones. If that's a cue that's helpful to you, maybe it is. If you do lots of Pilates, that's quite helpful for me to feel feel wide as you're hinging. So you're sticking that bum out. We've got 15 seconds. Last 10, cores in. 5, 3, 2, dumbbells down. Rest. Reverse lunge next, and then we're doing it one more time. Have a minute to rest, and we're going to go into the balancing portion. Okay, 10 seconds. Lunges get better each round. Don't rush these lunges. I want range over speed. We're going in 3, 2, let's do it. So you lunge, push off the front leg. Reverse, push off the front leg. Your front leg's working, your shoulders are drawing back. Slow, steady movement. We've got 15 seconds. Keep the back switched on. That sort of slight lean forwards in the torso. With 3, 2, rest. Got one more round. So remember in your lunge, it's really tempting as well. You might be like, I've got the 90-90 nailed, but then we're lunging like this. Like I'm not feeling it in my front leg because you're very upright. So take the weight into that torso a little. Okay, let's grab our weights. Last time, squats. And we're off. Slow and steady wins the race. We won't see this variation of the squat again. We've got some click, click, click through the knees. We've got some sumo squats coming up. My core's engaged to protect my back. My glutes are switched on. Feel like I'm tearing my mat apart. Less than 10 seconds to go. Final 5, let's fit one more in. 3, 2, rest. RDL's next for the last time. Let the heart rate come down. You've got 10 seconds. Use your break. Don't chat, chat, chat like I am. Okay, grab your weights. 3, back switched on. 1, go. Hinge and up. So your hinge motions are so good for strengthening your lower back. But what that means, obviously, means it's very hard and challenging for the lower back. So I really want you to focus on the range. If you find it's too much now, Drop down onto the floor, grab your weight onto your hips and give me some bridges. Another perfectly wonderful move. Another hinge. That's going to work the same muscles and that same motion. One more. 3, 2, and dumbbells waiting for the lunges. Last round of lunges, we'll have a minute to rest before our second balance stability challenge superset. Okay, got 10 seconds. If you were like, last round I was leaning back, this time let's have a little lean forward. 3, grab the weights, 2, and let's do it. Down and push up. My shoulders are drawing back. Well, my mid back is switched on, which then draws your shoulder back. Getting that range, pushing up to standing. Range, stand. 15 seconds. 7, 4, 3, 2, rest. Okay, grab a sip of water if you need. Next up, we're going for, just need one weight, some goblet squats in your sumo. The heels are lifted as you go down and up. Great for the ankles, a bit more wobbly. Then we're going to go into your single RDL. We'll switch the hand, come up. RDL, switch, come up. The legs are alternating. You're passing the hand each time. Then we're going to go in the middle. Sorry, same wide. Lateral, clean, lateral, switch. Up, down, switch. So you get a little extra. We'll work on the, we'll go slow on that one. So starting with one of your weights, we've got 3 seconds. Goblet hold, heels in, toes out. Let's go. So you can set up by going down, heels lift, push up to stand. You can lower, so here's an option. Here, lift, lower. Option 2, keep them lifted the whole time. As you lower, and come up. Woo! That's hard, isn't it? Lower, and come up. Don't let the weight drive us forwards. You've got 10 seconds. Lower. 3, one more. Down, push, rest. Okay, so to start with the dumbbell and your moving leg, we'll hold the balance, we'll switch, come up, alternate legs. Let's grab our weight. My weight's in my right hand, my left foot's going to be down. Going in 3, 2, 1. So find that single leg RDL. I'm going to switch the hand, going to come back up and go down the other side. Switch, lift. Notice which side is more stable. My right ankle at the moment, I had a little sprain on it with some running I was doing, and I'm rehabbing it. So this is really good for your balance, for those little connecting muscles. 3, I'm gonna finish. 2, woo! Okay, moving the back once more. I need to find a way to stop it slipping on the floor. I didn't put my bigger mat out today, and I remember why I stopped using this one. Okay, legs wide. We're gonna start with a lunge, then we balance up. Now, you can pause and knee balance if you like. Come back into the lunge, come through center, switch the dumbbell to the other side. Up, balance. Back down, up to the center. That's how we're breaking it down. We come up, bring it to the shoulder. Come back down, bring it up to center. So you have a little bit of rest in the middle. 6 seconds. 2, 1. Rest. One more set. Woo! You can always pause the workout if you're like, oh, you know what? I need to stretch out my back. I need to just have a little breather. It's going too quick. You're in charge. You're at home. You can pause me. But try to come back in if you can. Ready? 3, 2. Let's do it. Down. Also, the time's on the screen. So if I'm faffing about, get into it. I have lots of my clients in the studios. They're way more good at timekeeping than I am. Like, Dan, you're just, I missed 3 seconds. I need to do 3 seconds more, which is amazing. So hold me accountable, guys. Hold me accountable. 10 seconds. Getting high on those heels. This is so good for the ankles, for the knees. One more. Really good for that front muscle that runs along the front of your calf. So great for you runners out there. Amazing for that stability, amazing for your hips. We're gonna go, I'm gonna start with this arm this time. Start with my wobbly leg. Let's go. Down, balance, switch and up. Focus on your big toe, little toe and heel, particularly the big toe. It's gonna want to wobble. The big toe on my right foot. I've got to really concentrate on planting it down as I go because it wants to come up. I just forgot what hand to do then. I forgot to switch the dumbbell then. Ay, ay, ay. It's all going Pete Tong. Down, switch, stand. One more, 5 seconds, let's do it. Control, switch, and up. Do you know what my brain was doing? It wasn't switching, so I didn't have to do the wobbly leg. The brain is really smart. If you don't pay attention to it, it's gonna just do its own thing. And obviously, that's super helpful because it's a bit tired at the moment, but not helpful because I need to strengthen it. So, oh, let's go, sorry. Holding ourselves accountable. We lunge, up, lunge. Enjoy the lunge, don't rush the lunge part. The fast bit is that clean to the shoulder. And we lunge, balance. We lunge, center. 15 seconds. Last time for this move. Woohoo, I got it, I think I've got it. Sometimes I write and I'm like, yeah, I just won't practice, I'll just go do it on the day. 3, 2, 1, rest. Okay, dumbbells to the side. We've got a minute to rest. We're going to do some holds now, isometrics. Isometric is opposite of, isometric just means still. I'm gonna have some water. Gather my wits. If your lower back's feeling a bit sore after the hinging, just come down, give yourself a little tuck and tilt of the tailbone, have a little rest. We're going for a sumo hold. We're going for curtsey hold. We'll do fully one side, half, last round. And then we're going, oh no, squat hold, reverse, table thrust hold, and then curtsey hold. Okay, squatting, let's do it. Squatting down, let's hold. So here we want the weight in the heels, want the core drawing in, chest nice and open. I'm going to show you from the side. It's really tempting to be like this. Down here, I want you to be upright with the chest, the weights in the heels, cores in, breathing nice and steady. So here's some glute focused iso hold. So the glutes are on, everybody. You've got 10 seconds. 7. So I'm lifting up a little so I can feel my glutes engaged. 3, so not sinking down and up. So you're in your squat, but then I want you to lift an inch, just so you feel the glutes engage. Next, coming onto the ground. If this is too much for you, hold a bridge, okay? I'm just gonna move the timer so you can keep an eye on it. Wrist behind, and then the light stops it, and we're up here. tucking the tailbone under. Option to be down, holding your bridge here. Long through the lower back, okay? I'm gonna come up here. Tucking the tailbone, pulling my core in, looking forward, pushing my arms into the floor, holding. We've got 20 seconds. Keep squeezing the glutes, pushing through the hands, not letting the head just hang back. Look forwards, be in control of every part of this body of yours. 5, 4, cores in, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And rest. Come onto your back for a moment. Give the lower back a little stretch out. And we're going from the top. So, we've got 10 seconds. We're coming into that squat hold. Right, 5, 3, 2, let's squat down. And then wait to lift up a little bit. So this is me just squatting and letting myself be relaxed, but now I'm going to squeeze my glutes, engage, think of lifting off. Hold. Chest is open. Weights in the heels, not the toes, so you can wiggle your toes. Pause in, we've got 20 seconds, breathe. Holding, keep high, don't sink. Have you sunk? Can you lift up a tiny little bit more? Can you squeeze those glutes? We've got 10, 9, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, ooh! We missed the curtsies, didn't we? Yes, we did. We're gonna curtsy now. Gonna curtsy, hips, curtsy. Sorry. Okay, coming into a curtsy hold. So take a big step back on a diagonal, coming to that front leg. So this glute is squeezing. Do half the time on one and half the time on the other. Okay, we're down. 10 more seconds on this side. Feel the stretch in this glute. 3, up, switch. Whoa, oh my goodness. There's the balance. Where's the balance? I've twisted, so kind of forward, this glute squeezing. 10, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, holy moly. Okay. Now reverse thrust. And unfortunately we're going back into the curtsies. Okay. Woo. That was really hard. That was really hard, wasn't it? 5, 3, 2, 1. Tucking the tailbone, lifting through, cores on. Breathing. Squeezing my glutes. Keeping my hips open, not letting the hips drop. That's going to dump into your lower back. We've got 20 seconds. 10. Keep squeezing the glutes. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and rest. Give the back a little relax. Hug the knees in for a moment. Now we're going to go into squat once more. Let's squat. Squatting down. Find that limit and lift off. I forgot the lunges again, didn't I? Don't worry, there's a little wall sit finisher to get our quads a little bit more. Last time for these. 15. Lifting off a little high if you can, just from the glutes. 9. Raining. 5, 3, 2. Woo! Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. Shall we try for one side of our curtsy, then the other side of our curtsy? That was really tough. I'm proud of us. 3, 2, one. I'm going to start on this side because I think it's my more challenging side. It's amazing what you can do with no weights. Like, this is horrific, but amazing. Obviously great for our bodies. Her legs are nice and strong. That's halfway. We got this. We got this. Keep leaning into the front leg. Keep stretching through that front glute. 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, and woo! Okay, I'm aware I'm coming up a little bit early. I'm gonna try to go through the whole thing this time. Rest, okay. We got this leg, then our reverse, then we take a little break, then we do some more sits, okay? 3, 2, let's do it. So I've gone into my cross, coming down, hinging forwards, breathing. Try not to put the hand on the leg. It's really tempting, I know. Just keep thinking about other things, the world, I don't know. Oh my gosh, okay, we can do it, we can do it. 17 seconds. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Keep going, 10, 7, 5, we can do it, we can do it. 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh my gosh, thank the Lord. Reverse table thrust, or your bridge. I'm gonna bridge this time, just because I want to ease off the lower back a little bit. Just got to listen to your body, and my body's saying, come into a bridge. So, hips are up, tailbones tucked, lifting up through my abdominals, not pushing into my ribs. Even weight through the feet, keep squeezing into the glutes. My knees aren't really wide, knees are in line with my hips, tailbones tucked. Got 15 seconds. 10. Keep squeezing, keep squeezing, keep squeezing wherever you are. If you're in a hip thrust, hips going up, looking forwards through the legs. Keep the opening in the front of the hips, keep squeezing the glutes, and wheel all the way down. Hug the knees in towards the chest. You will need a wall for this section, so just find a bit of wall. And we've got some wall sits, sorry, I didn't say at the beginning. If you don't have a wall available, feel free to do another round of your squat hold, your reverse lunge hold, half and half, and your glute hold, okay? Or you can do a bear hold. That's your variation, not what we just did, a bear hold. We're doing 3 variations of a wall sit, starting with just our normal wall sit. We'll do 40 seconds on, 20 seconds off. Then we're going to do wall sit with heels elevated, then we'll do wall sit with toes elevated, then we'll be done. Actually, let's start with the toes elevated. Let's start with the more challenging one, okay? Careful if you are on a mat, you don't want to slip. So 2, 1, wall sit, my toes are up. So I'm trying to lift my toes as much as I can. So the front of my calves are on, as 90 degrees to the wall as possible. And we're breathing here. Keep the toes drawing up and back. Keep going like this. That's halfway. If you're in your bear, you're in a 4-point position, knees are hovering, pushing the hands into the floor. Very quaddy. 10 seconds. 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, and come off the wall. Okay, I'm gonna go until the dinger. Sorry, it just 1 second just feels so long, and I come up and like I should have been down there. Now we're gonna do heels up. Little quad burnout for us all. 3, 2, 1, and up. Up with the heels. Now, heads on, shoulders on. Don't worry about imprinting your lower back on the wall. If possible, stay nice and neutral through the spine. If you need to imprint and it does feel better, please do. Keep the heels up, push through the toes. Breathing. Almost there. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2. Right. Did it. Okay. Got one more. A wall sit. A classic wall sit. We got 6 seconds to go to rest. Last move of the day. Let's go. Just feet down. Wall sit. Cast your mind elsewhere. You can close your eyes. Find your breathing. Just staying as low as you can. Control. 10 seconds. 8, 7, 6. We can do this. 5, 4, 3, 2, and oh my gosh, we did it. Oh my goodness, let's come to the mat. Just sit on the heels for a second. Sit back so you feel that stretch in the quads. Have a quick breather. And then come all the way into a child's pose with the knees wide, arms reaching forwards, head down. Take a moment. Reflect on your amazing work that you did today. My quads are burning. Come to all fours and we'll do some cat-cows. So tucking the tailbone under, ripple through the spine. I want the focus to be on the lower back here, not the upper back so much, okay? So to really focus on that tucking and tilting of the tailbone. So you loosen it up, maybe you find a bit of movement side to side as you go. Or do some circles with the pelvis, just to relieve the side body. Then, we're gonna come onto our backs. Roll down nice and gently. Take the knees with you, hug the knees in towards the chest. Make little circles with the legs. One direction and then the other. Then we'll hug the right leg in and send it towards the ceiling for your hamstring stretch. Here you can pull the toes back again to feel the stretch all the way up the calf. Now, if you are stretching and your leg's really far away because you've got quite tight hamstrings but the leg is straight, I want you to bend the knee, bring the knee closer, then straighten, and don't worry if the leg's straight or not. Just straighten as much as you can without the thigh going away, because otherwise you don't get a nice hamstring stretch. I'm going to bend over for our figure 4 stretch. So here, this could be enough, just having the knee over, or we can come up and take the hand behind. If you are super tight in the hips and you're up here like this, find that wall that you had before, put your foot on it, and shuffle your bum closer. And then you can use your hand to open the hip. Do you know what? I'm going to do mine this way. It's also quite relaxing. You don't have to move. I'm going to stay here for my hamstring stretch. Drawing that leg in nice and close. Relaxing the shoulders. We can flex the foot. And then bend and go for your figure 4 stretch, either using the wall or on the floor. Or you can do this standing if you don't have a wall, but you're still tight in the hamstrings. Sorry, from the floor, it looks like the camera's angling like in another direction. I thought, did I just film this whole thing facing the wall or something? Unravel, we'll come onto our side for our quad stretch, grabbing on hold of the foot, drawing it back. You can slide all the way down if you want a bit more of a relaxed action here. I'm pushing my hip forward while I draw my knee back. Again, you can do this standing if you prefer. And then I'm just going to swivel around to the other side. Coming down, grabbing onto that quad after all those wall sits, lunges. That static curtsey got me, as you saw. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Coming through. We're going to just come back to that 4-point position. Tuck the toes, hips high, stretching through the calves now, so pedaling through the heels. Knees nice and bent here. Then slowly walk up to standing. Roll up nice and slow through the spine. We'll interlace the hands behind the back. Bend the knees. Take them up and over, just so we're stretching up through the shoulders. We were holding those dumbbells after all. Release the hands. Let the lower back feel super relaxed here. Then straighten the legs and then tuck. Wheeling yourself all the way up to the top. Amazing work, everyone. If you have to stretch a bit more, you're like, well, actually this bit feels tight, please. After we finish, stretch it out. But amazing work, thank you.